girlies. Hi, Carlos. Welcome. I'm Haru. How you doing? I've got this new room, and it's beautiful. If you can't tell, I just woke up very recently, and I don't know, I wanted to make a video because yesterday I was on Instagram and one of my friends had posted this, you 2 years before, 1 year before, 6 months before, and now. And I was like, I want to do that. And I did it. And the change, it's noticeable. And, we are currently going under 4 fucking retrogrades. We have Mercury retrograde, we have Pluto, Saturn, and Venus retrograde, I think. So, damn. Okay, I've been doing a lot of shadow work, like a lot. 0111 on the timer. A lot of shadow work's been going on. Oh, baby. And it's been a little crazy. The best way I can explain it is I feel like I've been turning upside down. You know when you like have a t-shirt or like a baby body and you put it upside down, right? Upside down, no. Inside out. Okay, inside out. That's kind of the feeling. I feel like I've been put inside out, and it's like, wow, damn. And it's forcing me to do a lot of shadow work, but I'm kind of loving it. I am the type of person, if I'm to speed run something, if I'm to do something like this, it's healing. The more you heal, the higher you go, and I think that's just better. Look, this is my puppy. Hi, puppy. Yeah, and I don't know. Today I wanted to talk about, I personally, looking back at my pictures from 2 years ago, before that, in the middle, and all, how we looked, I was like, if I wasn't me, I would look at those pictures and never would I think that was me. I would be like, no, you're lying. There's no way that's you. And, I'm like, wow, I have definitely changed a lot physically, right? And the thing is, I have not done anything to change physically. What do I mean by this? 0303 in the timer. Is I have not focused at all on my body, on having a glow up, right? Yes, of course I wanted a glow up. Who doesn't want to glow up? Who doesn't want to glow up? But I was not focusing on that at all, right? And the thing is, I personally have come to a conclusion. 333 on the timer. 0330 on the timer also. That everyone is pretty. There's a few things that I have learned. For example, when we come down here to Earth, right? There's a few things that we choose. For example, we choose our lessons. We choose our lessons, we choose what we come here to learn, our karmic cycles, what things do we want to learn. We choose our family, our immediate environment. And we choose our appearance for one at a timer. We choose our appearance, right? And I think, I'm sure, I know that we choose our appearance based on what we find to be the most attractive. Okay? So you chose your appearance as your higher self, as your soul, choosing 434 on the timer, 433 on the timer, someone might be seeing those numbers. You choose your appearance as, the thing that you find the most attractive. 444 on the timer also. And what I think is that our most attractive self, we choose it from our highest version, from us being the soul up there, 4, 5, 6. And just being like, our highest version. And as we know, our 3D reality manifests, our 5D reality. What we see in our 3D reality is, a correlation to what we have in the 5D, right? Your wounds manifest on the 3D, If you're wounded, you will attract people that are either wounded, or that are there to show you that wound, right? Are there to, complement that wound. If you have a wound of abandonment, then you might find yourself coming closer to people that are ghosters, are runners. I'm here 2 seconds, I promise you the world, and then I leave, right? And, as we go along our journey here on Earth, life chips away at us a little. 0606 on the timer. We start fragmenting, we start thinking, you came here. Our inner child is the most, it's our highest version yet. They are authentic, they are unapologetic, they have not been wounded yet by life. Obviously this depends, right? But they are basically clean, pure, the closest we've ever been to God, because we have just come from there. We have just gotten here right from source, right from God, okay? So what I'm trying to say is that 3D, our 3D reality, the things that we can see with our eyes, that we can touch with our hands, those things are a manifestation of our 5D, of what is within us, within, so without, hermetic clause, okay? And, when you heal yourself from within, when you do the cleanse, the purge, the healing, right? All it takes, the changing your mindset, changing your habits, stop self-sabotaging, seeing yourself as you truly are, not what you wish you were, or putting, moral values to the things that you do, understanding that we are meant to make mistakes, right? That mistakes make us better people. They are meant for that. You are meant to make mistakes, and you are meant to overcome them, learn the lesson, heal, and become someone better. That's what mistakes are for. They are meant, right? When you start doing all the inner purge, it's gonna, it's gonna this thing like you are what you eat. You are what you consume. 080 on the timer. It's basically that. As within, so without, right? I have seen a lot of, Pinterest boards and whatever that are basically like, how to get a glow up. And they're all external things. And yes, of course, external things can help you up-level your appearance and everything, right? But I personally think that, I consider that a pretty person, that a beautiful person is someone with a pretty soul, right? You may be the most, physically appealing, hegemonic, blue eyes, blonde hair, strong jaw, or soft jaw, or whatever, whatever you find attractive. You may be all of that. But, if your soul is rotten, you can still smell it, right? You may have a beautiful vessel, but if the food inside is incredibly rotten, you will smell it from a mile away. You're not fooled by how pretty this can looks, right? And also, quick note, there is, I think it's a Japanese saying, a Japanese legend that says that when you reincarnate as your opposite gender, as your opposite sex, you reincarnate with the face of your soulmate. However, let me clarify here, okay, how I think that goes, because I think it actually is real, okay? I said we choose our appearance based on what we find the most attractive, right? I think that when we, go opposite sex, we reincarnate 1001 with the face of our twin flame. Our twin flame is basically the other part of our soul, the yang to our yin, or the yin to our yang. 10, 10, 10, 11, oh my god. So I think it would make absolute sense, because that's the other person in the world that you think is the most attractive being, right? So it would make sense for me, I think, I believe in this, that, you know, when we reincarnate, you know, as the opposite sex, for example, I reincarnate as a man, I would have the face of my twin flame, right? Isn't that crazy? But yeah, I think the key to achieving your dream body, because your dream body, you already have it, okay? Your dream body, that thing, the vision that you have when you think about your dream body, that's what your soul aligned your body to be. You already are that, okay? But you may be, you know, chipped 1101 at a timer, by the way. You may be, you know, chipped. You may have wounds. You may have things to heal. You may have a lot of things to do before 1111 on the timer. You know, I think that as we choose our most attractive self, as our higher self, when you align with your true self, when you align with your highest self, when you align with authenticity, you reach that. And I think I'm proof of that, because I haven't done anything specifically. I should start going to Pilates or something like that, but I haven't done anything specific. And the glow up that I have is massive. Even the shape of my nose has changed. I'm like, wow. Like everything about me. If you saw a picture of me 2 years ago, like 2 years ago, you would be, who is that? And I'm gonna feel like, that's me. That's me. That was me. I changed. Crazy, right? So yeah, I think our dream body, and I think I already said this, I'm just reading my notes because so that I don't get lost, but our dream body, you know, our dreams in general, 1212, are where, you know, we come down to earth and we have things to do, right? We have pending things, but earth, what earth, you know, says is, what's the catch about, you know, what's the point of going to a test if you already know the answers, right? So we forget when we come here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Yeah, we forget when we come here because we are meant to find ourselves from within it, from within us. Our dreams, that's what they are. They're a campus of, you're meant to go there, you know? Our dreams, you know, you want to be this, that's what you're meant to do. That's where your soul is aligned. That's alignment. Your dreams are in alignment with your true self, with your highest version. Either this be your dreams as in career, or your dreams as in a dream partner, or your dreams as in your dream self, or your dreams as in your dream body. Those dreams, all of those dreams, 1313 on the timer, just yet, are literally, you know, a campus. It's your soul being like, oh, I want to go there. I wish I could do that. Because you're meant to. Because you're meant to. Okay? So, yeah. Just wanted to share that with you. I might put the picture of 1331 right here on the video so that you see the, you know, the difference. But yeah, I wanted to share this with you because, you know, if anyone, I have struggled with, you know, wanting to change my physical appearance, and it has been a thing. And I ended up focusing on healing because I could not keep up with that routine, whatever it was, eating habits or whatever the fuck. I could not keep up with that. So, you know, girl, just chill. And as I always say, I will always say this, if you are going to put your whole effort, your whole focus, your whole discipline, your whole intention into something, let it be healing. Let it be healing from as within, so without, okay? Let it be amazing. Let it be healing. Okay? Go to fucking therapy. You know, I had a time in my life, I think I said this before, but the only thing I was not going to college, I was not going to anything. The only one activity that I had outside of my house was therapy. And for 1441, the only thing I had outside of my house was therapy, and I committed to that. I only had therapy, but even when I was like, I cannot, I went to therapy. Even if I couldn't go, you know, video call therapy, or like, I don't know, But I made the effort to always go. That was the only thing I committed to. If you're gonna commit to something, commit to. Do you hear that? Oh my god. You're ringing. If you're gonna commit to something, commit to healing. Okay? 15:15 on the timer, and with this, I'm saying bye. Wish me luck on this new room. I'm gonna make it my home for now, so yeah. I love you guys. Bye.